Behind every street and every soul in Portsmouth, there's a story waiting to be told. Ptown dives deep into raw realities and untold triumphs of a city that refuses to be forgotten.
Thank you, former Vice Mayor and Councilman DeAndre Barnes, for sitting down and talking with me, man. What's been going on with you?
Nothing, man. Just trying to stay out of the newspaper.
Well, you know, it's going to be a little difficult for you to stay out of the newspaper. You know, you're still somebody that people follow, interested in, and what you're doing. Man, you and I have been knowing each other for a long time. About how long we've been knowing each other?
12 years,
Wow,
which is why for a lot of people want to sit down and talk with me. The news been wanting to sit down and talk with me, a lot of people, but I only go to people who I trust.
Right.
And
me
and you, although we had our trouble in the past, you somebody that I can never hate. You're a friend to me, so that's why I was able to sit down with you.
And the trouble that we've had in the past really built the trust that we have today because our friendship has been tested.
Correct.
You know, so we know each other, we know what to expect from each other. And listen, y'all always see this guy laughing and smiling and joking, but if you piss him off, oh my God. That's when that phrase he used to use, he gonna cut your water off.
But look, don't say that right there. I got anger management class. I got to say.
Oh yeah, that's right. No. He's on a better path in life right now. So look, we want to get right into this today because I just want to talk to you about some things. And I centered these questions around certain things, community legacy. Councilman, you once led one of the largest community athletic leagues in Portsmouth, reaching young people through football, basketball, track, and probably some other things that I neglected to mention. Looking back, what impact do you believe that work has had on the community today?
Well, first you got to mention the part that you played in it. When I first started that organization, you let me use your church. And that's how our friendship started. I was able to sign up kids at your church, which started that I think that first year we had about 100 kids. From then on to now, we've had over 10,000 kids go through that program.
Right.
And I think the legacy that it created was it allowed other organizations to do the same. Before me, it really wasn't any independent organizations. A lot of them was done through the city. If you remember correctly, I went to the city and they told me that they weren't going to help me. So I was able to maneuver and find a way to help those kids without any help from the city. And the passion from it just really came from growing up out Dale's home and not having those type of opportunities. But I had a big brother who kept me out of trouble, and the reason for the organization was for me to be that big brother to keep those kids out of trouble. So now you see so many organizations out here helping kids, and I think that's a direct reflection of what we were able to do and letting them know that they can do it too, as long as the passion and the purpose is helping these children stay out of trouble.
Absolutely, and that's what people don't realize when you're talking about legacy, what you want people to remember you from and remember you by. You look at people that came before Michael Jordan. And then if you look at Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson and the money that they made was good money. But then if you look at the guys that's making big money, but they paid the way. Yeah. So you're always supposed to make life better for the next generation. So thank you for that. Yeah. Talking about policy and nonprofit funding. As a city councilman, you were instrumental in opening the door for nonprofits to receive city funding for the first time in Portsmouth history. How do you feel seeing organizations still benefiting from the policies you fought to create, especially knowing your own nonprofit never received that same support when you started?
So when I came on council, one of the things that we were doing, we were coming out of COVID at the time, and you had a lot of organizations, you had a lot of organizations who had been around for so long who didn't have the funds, but they were able to help these kids for years and years without getting funds from the city. So what I wanted to do was put something in place where we can help organizations who had the stability of helping kids without money, but help them out so that they could get some funds and they could actually, like imagine what you can do with funds when you've done it for 20, 30 years without the funds.
Right.
And what we were able to do was bigger than I imagined, because it ended up helping not only those older organizations, but it ended up helping newer organizations, to now where you see crime being cut 19% in the city. Our kids having something to do on a regular basis. You have organizations who have rec centers now. You see different giveaways and things of that nature, and that was a direct response of the funds that we put in place. So now these kids are benefited from it, and I'm just happy about it. My organization, like you said, never had a chance to get any of those funds, but you don't do it for yourself. You do it for those that's coming after you, and I just hope that they see that the work that was put in and the passion that was put in there, and that comes directly from somebody who saw what money could do to take our kids off the streets and help the city of Portsmouth become a lot better.
And it's funny because remember, we were selling hot dogs, burgers, we sold whatever we had to, donuts, to get the job done.
To get the money.
Now some of these new organizations, they don't even have a clue of what it means to get it out the mud and make sure that these kids can get up and down the highway, they make it to the game and things like that, because now they get a check from the city or they get a check from a grant, to help them. And it's rightly so. But again, thank you for doing that.
And to go back what you said, I used to always say, because people don't understand the hard work that was put in. If it wasn't for an organization like the Portsmouth City Sports Club and the success that grew from that, it wouldn't be those other opportunities. People saw what we were able to do and the kids we were able to reach and the change we were able to do. We were doing Christmas giveaways. We were the city does a back to school rally, but we were a part of the first one where we had all our kids come there. We had over 1,000 kids that participated in that. And we're able to help push some of the city's policies and things that they had for the kids and things like that. So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very happy about it. I'm just hoping that they continue to do right with the money, and they continue to help our kids.
Will we see a reemergence from the Portsmouth City Sports Club?
I've been enjoying life right now. I've been doing traveling. That was a lot of work, and it was really two people. What it came down to that was doing a lot of the work. So now I didn't really have a lot of time to myself and a lot of space to myself. So now I'm getting that. I'm not saying that I won't do it, because I'm telling you, I'm asked every single day when I'm out in the street. And then you heard the success stories. I heard one guy say to me just 2 weeks ago, he said, my son would have never thought about playing basketball if it wasn't for you. I had a kid the other day say, you changed my life. So those are the things that make you want to get back in it. So I'm not saying that I won't one day. Right. I'm just saying right now.
But you understand the timing and season. The same with the community activists. I was one of the first ones out there, doing what we do. And now so many others, you kind of like fall back and say, hey, you just helping usher in that next generation of leaders that is doing what you've already done.
Because you never stop doing that. I still get calls, and I'm helping organizations, telling them what to do, lending them uniforms for free so that they can have. So I'm still doing different things like that.
Okay. Well, let's backtrack to when you was on the school board. During your time on the school board, you pushed for policy changes that supported equity and access. Which of those changes are you most proud of, and how do you think they continue to shape opportunities for students today?
Well, I
know
think
you got many, but which one sticks out to you the most?
One that was important was the first one. And people might not think this was so big, but if you can remember correctly, we had one school in the city wearing uniforms, Cradout Middle School, and that was a problem for me. And the reason why it was a problem because those kids come from the same neighborhoods that I come from, and those kids are most likely from studies to be the ones locked up or in trouble and things of that nature. And I felt like it was sending a message with them wearing uniforms is, oh, you wearing uniforms now? Oh, that's what you're gonna be wearing later when you go to jail. So then listening to the community, we have this notion that if a kid dresses in a certain thing, they're gonna joke on them or whatever the case may be, or their grades are gonna be down. Well, my kids was wearing Jordans and their grades were still up. So that's really no bearing. I think it's just an excuse. But to get that taken away from those kids, and to put them on track with all the other schools, Churchland Middle, and give them options. I think that was able to help them grow that self-esteem that they need and understand. Even some of the kids now that don't know that that school once had uniforms, they don't know the message that that would have sent to them if they would have still been wearing it compared to what everybody else. So to distinguish them out from all the other places in Portsmouth, that was something big for me, and I was very happy to do that. Along with making sure that our teachers got raises. That's very important because that's stability in the school system. I mean, we made sure the whole school system got raises, but that making sure our teachers, that's how you keep teachers, that's how you sustain teachers, and that's how you build a city, because those relationships that they can build with the community and with the kids in the community can better change a community and help with the crime and help with stability and making the city better and good taxpayers, ultimately.
Absolutely. Well, this past year, it was a close election for you. You were in it to the end. You were unseated by fewer than 40 votes. And even after a recount, what did that experience teach you about leadership, politics, and perseverance?
Well, I can tell you a couple of things that it taught me, and not necessarily some of the things you mentioned, but one thing it taught me is that the importance of voting. To be in a situation where you lose by so many votes, that so less, it should let our community know for sure of the ones that said would think, oh, he's gonna get in anyway, so I don't need to go vote, or my vote don't matter. The votes matter. If those people would have went out and voted, or whatever.
I mean, you can count 40 people on your hand.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying that you
Correct. Yeah. So, it taught me that, but also it taught me that in that situation, it taught me that you're only as good as your last favor with people, so you gotta always continue to work, and you always gotta continue to trust and in your work, so that you can hopefully help make sure that those people appreciate what you do, and you appreciate the love that they give you as well.
Right, absolutely. And listen, and looking back during that time, some individuals who initially didn't support you later rallied behind you during your recount battle. How did that shift in support affect your outlook on political and community relationships? Just to know that, hey, if you guys would have just pushed me like you're pushing me now, we may not be here. And not, saying to cast the blame anywhere or name anyone, but how did that make you feel?
To be honest with you though, I didn't get any negative feelings towards it. It was positive, and it kind of lets you know that even though people don't publicly say nothing sometimes, that they at least privately support you, and they privately support the work and appreciate the work that you've done. So that's what I really took out of it. I didn't think some of the people that would help that helped me would help me, and I appreciate their help. And I'm hoping that in the future we don't get to a situation where I have to get their help afterwards, and the same vice versa when it comes to mine, and that we can put the community first and put our kids first and put everything in a great perspective, so that we can really change what's going on in Portsmouth, because right now we're missing out on a lot of opportunity that we could have had if we would have kept certain people. But everything happened for a reason. I think that I needed this time off to reflect and enjoy life a little bit, so that I can appreciate the position that I was in a little bit more.
Well, I know you mentioned it when we first sat down and asked you how you were doing, and you say you're just trying to stay out of the newspaper. So my question to you is this. You've recently been in the news for family private matters. And I don't want you to go into details, but how do you manage the challenges of being a public figure and a father while protecting your personal and family life?
I think it's hard, but I think one of the things I can go to in the past with our relationship. You're somebody that I consider a friend. And when we've had our spouts or whatever the case may be, I've always still protected you without actually saying anything, even if it was things said about me. And I just do the same thing with my family. Even though some of the issues involve them, I just don't talk about it. As men, sometimes we keep stuff in to protect people around us, so that so that they don't feel some of the things that they could feel in these situations. So for me, it's been hard. Don't get me wrong. I have my days or whatever the case may be. What happened to me happened to me. But ultimately, as a man, as a parent, I still have to protect the people around me, even if they don't protect me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. Well, I know I kind of alluded to this a little while ago, but although you no longer have your athletic league per se, your policies continue to live on. Do you see yourself in some shape, form, or fashion re-engaging with the community programs aspect of it, or just shifting into just future political endeavors?
Right now, I'm just really just enjoying life, traveling more, getting different culture. I'm not saying that one day I won't get back in politics, that one day I won't get back into the community. I just know right now, I'm just trying to see what life is like without of it, because life without of it can make me appreciate it a little bit more if I decide to go back into that realm.
Well, the last question for you is simply, for the young people and community members who once benefited directly from your leadership or currently benefiting from your leadership, what message do you want to leave with them today about resilience, growth, and continuing to push forward despite setbacks, looking at your own life?
Man, when you really think about it and you reflect, I never was supposed to be in the situation that I was supposed to be in, to be on council, to be the vice mayor, to be on the school board.
And the youngest vice mayor in the state, right?
The youngest, the youngest. I was the youngest school board member at the time. I still hold the youngest vice mayor role, and I was the youngest elected to council at the time when I was elected. So in general, man, just understand that you can do anything if you put your mind to it. And you also gonna need a little bit of help. So don't be scared to take help. A lot of us sometimes we don't want to take the help that people may give us around, and the perspective that people give us. And you just got to be willing to do those things, but willing to understand that you can come out of any situation. I'm in one right now, but you better believe that I'm gonna come out of it, and I'm gonna come out of it on top. So that's what I would want to send to people, and to those people who are benefiting from the policies. I want you to keep benefiting, so don't give up on political office. And what I mean by that, don't give up on coming to council meetings and speaking up about those things, because they can disappear just as quick as they came. I mean, right now you don't have the summer jobs program that was put in place. So those are things that you want to keep advocating for, regardless if I'm in office or somebody else in office who may not agree with you. You just got to keep pushing so that everybody else can benefit from it, and make sure that it's not about yourself. A lot of people that come into politics, I'm not gonna say a lot, some people come into politics is about themselves. The stuff that I went through in politics, the things that I had to stomach, the only reason I stayed that long was because I realized that it wasn't about me. Because people would say some hurtful things or say some stuff, and if it was about me, I would have reacted. But I understood that it was a bigger purpose, that if I'm not here, that these opportunities don't go to everybody else that we were given. So, just understand that the money that you're getting, the policies that you're benefiting from, don't make it about you. Make sure that other people benefit from it as well. And if we can do that, we can make this city a better place.
Listen, you heard it directly from the horse's mouth. This is the People's Pastor with an exclusive interview with former Vice Mayor Councilman DeAndre Barnes. We're here at Rivers Casino, and I'm here to tell you, should we gamble with taking a chance on him? If it was my money, I would say absolutely. My money is all the way on Barnes.